Basics Fundamental course, brought to you by the Engineer Essentials team. This course is designed and curated to teach you how to begin successfully applying and interpreting GD&T in the real world. This is our introductory lesson, and we're going to go over what we cover and why we cover it. If you're ever looking for more information, be sure to check out our website at www.gdntbasics.com. We'd first like to cover why we're different than the other courses. When designing this course, we selected information you absolutely need to focus on. We're not like other courses that try to throw everything at you and just end up confusing you with all that information you'll rarely ever use. Our course curriculum starts out with the introduction lesson you're listening to right now, and is followed up by the GD&T Foundations unit. In this unit, we lay out the groundwork for some more heavy lifting later in the course. Understanding the foundational concepts we outlined in Unit 2 helps us move on to more complex subjects later in this course. Next, in Unit 3, we teach the importance of datums and datum reference frames. This is also very crucial in understanding the full effects of GD&T on a drawing. Oftentimes, many industries overlook or ignore the important roles that datum features have during the interpretation or application of GD&T, and for this reason we spend a few lessons and a fair bit of time breaking down these critical concepts. Next, we cover two of the most powerful symbols in GD&T, position and profile. We covered these symbols, along with the material modifiers, first because they are not only the most powerful, but they are also the most impactful symbols to begin using on a drawing. We then move on to covering the orientation and form controls. We find these symbols are much easier to understand conceptually as well as practically once we fully understand how position and profile of the surface work. And lastly, we cover runout controls as well as concentricity and symmetry. Concentricity and symmetry come with a cautionary tale for those of us that are using the ASME Y14.5 standard. We'll cover that when we get to those lessons. Now be sure to check out the resources and handouts available at the beginning of this course. Along with the booklet of handouts that follow along with this course, you also have access to a handful of cheat sheets and reference charts to help you retain everything about GD&T. And don't forget, in addition to the access of this course, you also have access to the video and webinar content course. This bonus course is a library of live webinar recordings that cover broad-ranging topics from both our advanced and fundamental GD&T courses. We cover real-world applications on part drawings and discuss how to interpret, apply, and inspect the concepts within. And of course, our job is to equip you to begin using GD&T in your daily tasks, and there's a lot to take in. So don't hesitate to reach out with questions or clarifications to our student helpline at questions@gdntbasics.com. Let's quickly go over our course objectives in teaching you GD&T before we decide to dive into the rest of the content. As we mentioned, you will learn the fundamentals here that are essential for you to apply right now. In this course, we have a focus on the core rules, those big points you absolutely need to know to fully understand GD&T. In other words, we want to establish the knowledge base that you need to understand for the fundamentals of GD&T in order to work in an environment where it's used. We will teach you the 20% of GD&T that's used 80% of the time. We won't waste your time with filler information that you'll rarely need or doesn't apply. We'll discuss the 14 fundamental GD&T symbols and how they relate to each other. We'll filter through the complexity of GD&T and provide you with what you need to know. We'll also discuss the rules and restrictions of GD&T to build good habits for future learning. These rules establish a good set of boundaries and guidelines to ensure the product is always being made to function properly. These rules can save money and increase the quality of the product. And most importantly, we'll provide you with continued support after training. And we mean that. We want you to retain the information you learn in this class and be able to apply it where you work to make you a better engineer, operator, inspector, or machinist.